Cracker Barrel's CEO has spoken out about Logogate for the first time. Dunkin is getting ready to run in the afternoons, and the Consumer Price Index was published on Friday after a 10-day delay. Welcome to Restaurant Daily, the day's biggest industry news and trends from the editors of Restaurant Business and Nation's Restaurant News. I'm NRN Managing Editor Leanne Zinsmeister.
And I'm RB Executive Editor Lisa Jennings. Cracker Barrel's CEO has spoken out about Logogate for the first time. Chief Executive Julie Fells-Massino discussed the company's short-lived rebranding efforts at a recent investment summit in New York City. She said the change wasn't meant to be ideological, and the now walked-back logo was actually picked to be seen on highway billboards better. The company recently fired the design consultancy that advised Cracker Barrel on the logo change, even though it has since come out that the social media uproar was driven by bots.
Dunkin is getting ready to run in the afternoons. The coffee chain, which just opened its 10,000th location, plans to test Project Chill in 250 locations. The project will shift its menu boards to emphasize cold beverages in the afternoon in a bid to boost sales. It comes as a generation of high-growth concepts have thrived largely with cold beverages. The test comes as a number of legacy concepts start pushing more drinks to build incremental sales and lure younger consumers.
The Consumer Price Index was published Friday after a 10-day delay from the government shutdown. The index shows that menu prices were up 3.7% versus September 2024, with full-service meals rising 4.2% and limited service meals up 3.2%. Notably, the gap between menu and grocery prices shrunk in September to its smallest level since March 2023.
With menu inflation remaining firm, visits and frequency metrics across segments remain pressured. A new report from YouGov finds that 37% of Americans are dining out less frequently than they were a year ago, while 69% of those cutting back cite rising costs. Just 8% of Americans say that they are dining out more. More than half of Americans have reported changing their dining habits recently to spend less, including 60% choosing cheaper restaurants, 53% using discounts, 51% ordering fewer items, and 42% skipping drinks.
Sonic Drive-In has revamped its $1.99 value menu with 3 new chicken wraps, boba drinks, and croissant bites. First introduced in June of 2024 with discounted burgers, hot dogs, tots, and a queso wrap, the new version highlights those wraps with a choice of 3 sauces, creamy mustard, zesty Baja, or barbecue ranch, along with new slush drinks and popping boba. The croissant bites are topped with salted caramel and toffee sugar. The reworked menu comes as customers continue to shop for deals as restaurant traffic continues to struggle.
The Timber Pizza concept out of Washington, D.C. is meeting a moment for consumers looking for value. The fast casual-ish pizza chain has 8 units and another 4 to 5 scheduled for next year, growing mostly through franchising. With a menu centered around the wood-fired oven, the neighborhood pizza concept is designed to be accessible as a night out that doesn't break the bank. Pizzas are about $15 to $21, and there are cocktails served in camp mugs, as well as local beers and wine. Timber was co-founded by Chris Brady with Andrew Dana, and with a menu created by Danny Marrera. Dana and Marrera went on to launch the Call Your Mother Deli, which is also based in Washington. To read more about this week's buzzworthy brand, go to restaurantbusinessonline.com.
And that should do it for today's edition of Restaurant Daily. Get the latest restaurant news every weekday wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Lisa Jennings.
And I'm Leanne Zinsmeister. Have a great day.
Thank you for listening to today's episode of Restaurant Daily. Rate us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and subscribe.